All right, carpenters, we're back in the garage, ready to start our polyurethane application. Again, we're going with a water-based polyurethane for this floating shelf I'm making, primarily because it's just easier to work with, honestly. I'd still say the oil-based polyurethane, the finish is going to be of a higher quality, but it takes a lot more time to get it perfect and a lot more work with just the cleaning of the brushes and everything. So yeah, we're just going to go with the water-based polyurethane. I've already cracked open my Varathane polyurethane. Now I'm just going to begin, I'm starting out here, I've just got a damp rag. I'm just going to run it over the surface here, just to make sure I've got all the dust off. My assistant, Luna, is over here eating dirt, so let's not do that. I'll bring her over here to say hi to the camera. Whoa, Assistant Luna, spider web and sawdust eater, aren't you, you little gremlin? All right, stop eating my dirt. Okay, so now that I have cleaned the surface, I'm just gonna run my hand over here. I'm just gonna make sure I don't feel any obvious, little piles, little extra residual sawdust or anything like that. I'm just gonna make sure I got everything that it feels nice and smooth. No, get out of here. Okay, now the Varathane water-based polyurethane has a bit of a milky consistency, but don't worry, it does dry clear. Also, when you stir polyurethane, make sure you always stir it, and you do want to stir it before you use it, but you stir it nice and slow. This is a little more important for oil-based polyurethanes, but you do not want to generate any bubbles. One thing good about this water-based polyurethane is you can apply it using just a foam brush, which is what I got here. I've had really good luck with the foam brush. Oil-based polyurethanes, not so lucky. You have to use a bristle brush. A lot more technique goes into its application as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to dab a little bit on there, and I'm just going to start applying it. This one I just kind of smear on. I'll do some finishing passes at the end. I'm just going to get a nice thick coat across its surface. Again, this is not how you would apply oil-based polyurethane. Oil-based polyurethane, it is a lot more technique to how you go in applying that. This is also going to need a lot more coats. Water-based polyurethane, you have to apply quite a few more coats in order to get kind of the same finish as an oil-based. I'd say for a water-based polyurethane, you're probably applying 5 coats to a water-based to 3 is about probably equivalent. And I am just going to be doing the one side right now. I could probably put this on end and do all the different faces at the same time, but this one thing good about the water-based polyurethane as well is it dries fairly quickly. So I'll be able to apply another coat of this in just a mere few hours. So I should be able to honestly finish this whole side today, as long as I'm consistently getting in here throughout the day to apply more coats. Okay, I'm kind of getting to the point where I've got a good coat across this entire surface. So now I'm gonna check it with the light. You can kind of find where the light is in your room and make sure you've hit all the areas. Don't worry if it's not completely covering. We're going to be doing a lot more coats, so it's not critical that you get every little tiny spot, but I try to. So you want to find where the light is coming in your room. You can get kind of get that sheen in the right spot to where you can really see the finish. And there were some spots I missed. Okay, I think I got it all. Now I'm going to do some finishing passes. going to start from one end to the other. I'm just trying to find that perfect, it's almost like basically a 45-degree angle. I'm just going to run it down. Not applying very much pressure. Not very much pressure. Again, it's about a 45-degree angle. It's the best you can do without very much pressure. Okay, that looks great. Again, I'm going to find the light in the room, and I'm going to make sure I'm checking the finish, make sure it looks all nice and even across its surface, which it does. Just a little spot right there. And now I'm just going to do another one more finishing pass on the end here to help smooth out that one spot I just touched out. Perfect. Like I said, this dries a little quick. You don't want to. This, unlike oil, you need to kind of move, not fast, but you don't want to be dallying too much with this application. Just because I got some runs on my faces, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the faces here. Take much effort here to get the ends and then the front. On the ends here, I did. The ends here pieces I did cut, the grain goes actually down. Normally I wouldn't do that, but it just I happen to have some scrap wood that was going to be able to work for the ends. The grains, yeah, like I said, the grains in the wrong direction, but I thought I should just use it to not be wasteful of the plywood. And it looks fine. It doesn't look any different. Looks good. Okay, just got to do the front face now. I'm going to slide this little bracing bracket back. My assistant, Luna, still just a 4-month-old corgi. She is a little crazy still. Not a very good assistant, but she sure is cute. Okay, so now I'm going to do a finishing passes here on the front, most front face here. Beautiful. Okay, that looks good. Again, I'm going to check with the light. Make sure everything looks good. one thing I didn't talk about was that when you're doing this, you want to, hey, get out of there. You want to make sure you have it as a dust-free, as of an environment as you can. So you want to take your leaf blower, blow out your garage. Do it a couple times. I usually blow out my garage, let the dust settle again, blow it out a second time, and then I do it a third time, just to make sure there is no dust floating around in the air, that there's no dust that you're going to be disturbing as you're working. That's going to also get, you're going to make it airborne, it's going to settle on your project and wreck your finish. So obviously it's impossible to get rid of all your dust if you're like me and you're in a garage with without some sort of finishing clean room where that you've set up. Some people I've seen they set up like plastic sheets to like create kind of a finishing room in their garage. I don't have that luxury. Most of you aren't going to have that luxury, so we do what we can. We're just gonna. I work with this knowing that I'm not gonna be able to control all the dust. Okay, that looks good. We're gonna let that dry, and we will. I'm gonna finish up the rest of the coats, and then I'll come back to you with the finish.